Today we're going to be working on Lab 6 Sheet 2. No new tools from Lab 6 Sheet 1 except for one. In Lab 6 Sheet 1 we used the fillet tool. In Lab 6 Sheet 2 we're going to use the chamfer tool. So fillet adds a radius, a chamfer adds kind of like a chopped off corner. So I'll show you how to do that. And let's go ahead and get started. This is the part that we're going to be creating for Lab 6 Sheet 2. So relatively simple construction here. We're going to just have a couple cuts. We're going to have our little chamfer here and an extrude. So I'm going to close this and just to bring this up, just to show, this is what we're going to be working off of, and you can find this in the content section. So first things first, we're going to go to File, New, Part. And let's go ahead. We'll turn on our front plane just so we can look at it, just so we can see what we're doing here. And when the front plane is selected, go to Sketch and Sketch. That'll put us inside a sketch. We can start drawing. And again, we're going to grab the Center Rectangle tool. Go ahead and bring out kind of an arbitrary rectangle here. And then go to Smart Dimension. And per our assignment, we are going to bring this out. This is going to be 2 inches tall. Excuse it running a little bit slow. I got a lecture video processing in the background. So there we go, 2 inches tall. We're going to be 4 inches wide. And again, with the Smart Dimension tool, you can click on it, just click on the line, and then drag it out, click once to place the dimension, and then it'll give you that option to enter the actual dimension that you want. So now that we have our rectangle in front view or front plane placed, let's go over to our features. So when we're inside a sketch, you can generally go over to features and click extrude. Alternatively, you can exit the sketch and then select the sketch and then extrude. So it's kind of personal preference. In this case, we're still in the sketch. It's all fully constrained. We have a black part here, or all black lines. And I'm just going to go ahead and extrude directly from here. So as with sheet 1, we are going to keep this component centered around the origin. So we're going to do a mid-plane extrusion of 2 inches, just like that, and click the green check mark. Now from here, I like to turn off the front plane, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Control 1 will give us, will make us normal to the front plane. Alternatively, if you're kind of out like this, you can click the space bar. That'll bring up the view cube, and you can go ahead and select the front plane, just like that. And from here, click on the front plane, sketch. So that's going to put us inside a sketch. You can check because now it says exit sketch up here. So we know that we're inside a sketch where we can draw. Grab your line tool. And when you're snapped to this top line or this corner, you can go ahead and start your line. So click once, click again. Don't snap it to the midpoint. Just kind of snap it somewhere on this line. And then drag it up here, snap again to the line. And we're going to snap back to where we started. So now we have a triangle that's kind of snapped all over the place, or snapped together. That is on the edge of this rectangle. So to make sure 100% that it is on the edge, sometimes you could be just off a tiny bit, which gets kind of messed up when we go to cut. So we're going to select the vertical line, then select the vertical edge, left edge of this rectangle, and we're going to make them collinear relations. That means that that line is perfectly lined up with the edge of that rectangle, and we're going to do the same thing on the top. Make that collinear. Now with that, we got to throw some dimensions on here. From this point to the bottom. Now that's going to be 1.25. Again, sorry for the delay here. I got a number of things running, plus the video processing in the background, which takes a little bit of CPU power. So then we're going to go from the, oops, excuse me. So then from this point to this edge is going to be 1 inch. Just like that. And now we can see our triangle is fully constrained. We can go into our features, and this tool here, the extruded cut, which I guess is a new tool. I don't think we did that in lab 1, so or lab 6 sheet 1. So well, I guess 2 new tools. I'm gonna go ahead and do an extruded cut. And if we click Control-7 before we go ahead and you might have to click out here somewhere. Control-7, that's going to give us an isometric view. So we can see what we're doing here. We're going to do, instead of mid-plane 2 inches, we can. But another little way to do this is through all both. So that's saying it's going to go through the entire part in both directions. And click the green check mark. Now, open up a new sketch on the front plane. So just select the front plane, select sketch. And we're going to do the exact same thing, but with different dimensions over here on this side. So I accidentally just snapped that to the midpoint. I will show you because that's going to create a problem. So I'll show you how to fix that. There we go. Just like that. And let's make this top line collinear with this. And this line collinear with this right vertical line. Now we're going to go ahead and do some smart dimensions here. So this side from this point to the bottom, and I would select the actual line, not like this point. It usually will work fine, but sometimes it can create problems if it's like selecting like something behind or, you know, because you're working with a 3D environment here. So the computer software is sophisticated, but it's only as smart as the information that you give it. So sometimes some things in the background could be selected that you don't know. So it's always best to just kind of select this bottom line. That way you know for sure what you're selecting there. And with this, see, so now it's giving us it's throwing this error, make the dimension driven. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click this X. That dimension is going to go away. And then click on this point here. And we're going to delete this midpoint relation. So you can just come in here, this midpoint, select delete, and that is now going to go away. So smart dimension from this point here to this line is going to be 2.5. Just like that, we are fully defined. And we can go ahead and do an extruded cut. We're going to do the same thing as before. Go ahead and do a through all both. Sometimes it doesn't update, like it's just giving me a little bit of an issue. So I'm just going to change it and then go back to through all both, and it will update correctly. So go ahead and click the green check mark. And from here, we are well on our way. So what I want you to do now is go ahead and click Control-4. That's going to give you a right view. And then go ahead and open up a sketch on the right plane. And instead of our center rectangle, we're going to grab a corner rectangle. And this time we're just going to draw kind of an arbitrary triangle, rectangle, just like this. And this line here is going to be collinear with this bottom edge. Then grab our smart dimension tool. And it's going to be 1 inch tall. and 0.5 inches wide. Just like that. That's really moving slow. And then 0.75 from the left edge of that rectangle to the left edge of the part. So let's go ahead and put that in. 0.75, enter. And let's do a Control-7. Now we see we have our rectangle there. It's all dimensioned. It's all constrained, fully defined. It's all black. And then we can go in features, extruded cut. And again, we're going to go ahead and do the through all both. I may have to click through, make sure that it's showing, looks correct, and green check mark to lock it in place. And now we have it. So last but not least here, I'm going to grab this corner right here. So just kind of select it. Then underneath the fillet, we're going to do the drop down. It's going to be chamfer. And it's going to auto populate here. There we go. And go ahead and click Control-4. That will, you might have to click out somewhere because it was asking for a parameter here. So you can click somewhere over here, click Control-4. That'll give you the right view. And our angle is correct, but our distance needs to be a 1/2 inch. So 0.5. Click the green check mark. And there we have it. That is Lab 6 Sheet 2. So go ahead and save that as, or just Control S if you haven't done it already. And I've already saved it in here. So I've just, there it is. So I'm going to overwrite mine. Yours will not be saved. So you have to, save it in your folder. And once that happens, we're going to go, there we go. So now we know the drawing up there has been updated. And file, make drawing from part. No, this won't pop up for you. I already have obviously the drawing just like last time. We're going to do it with the CAD title block. And then we can go ahead and just drag in our front view. Just like that. And from here, if you use that little quick selection bar, it will actually auto-populate the projected views. You just got to wait a second. Likely it will not take quite this long on yours. Mine's just being very slow, unfortunately, right now. So we're going to do that. Click once. Then you can move your mouse up above and it will give you another projected view. Should. There we go. Just like that. Once you place it, go ahead and click escape. Getting close here. And we're not going to change our dimensions this time. That's okay. We'll just keep them how it is. Click Smart Dimension. And we're going to go through just like we did before and add our dimensions. Now, for these last two, we can grab this line and this point, just like that. And then to get this angle, what we can do is click on this horizontal line right here and this slope slanted line. And so you can kind of drag it all over, but just drag it straight out, kind of, or like, diagonally down this direction. And there we go. So last thing we want to do here to make it look totally exactly like our sheet is click escape to get out of your dimensions. Click on the front view, which is the master view or the parent view, and click on hidden lines visible. Now it looks exactly like it's supposed to, and we can right click, edit sheet format. Again, your actual drawing will disappear, and then you can go through and update this information. Now, again, to get out of this, you just go ahead and click up here. That will get you out of the block editor. And now we have everything set up just like our sheet, and we can go ahead and file, save as. And this should be saved as lab 6-sheet2-your initials. Then we can go ahead and save as. A PDF. And with that, we are all done. And the PDF that you have created is going to be what you submit to the Lab 6 Dropbox for Sheet 2. So it's going to be this guy, just like this. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in Lab 7.